guys, this is Stephanie Richardson, and welcome to our team call. For some reason, it looks a little cloudy from my end, but I'm calling from Nashville, Tennessee. This is such a beautiful blessing of this business, and that is the fact that we can do this business from wherever, and we can be available to our family when we need to, and that is such a huge blessing. I had to come to Nashville today or yesterday, last night, to for funeral we have tomorrow. So thank you for being patient with me and not having to call tonight. Probably most of you are grateful for that because you can watch The Bachelor now instead of our call. I don't know. Anyway, so very glad to have you. I always love these first of the month calls because it's a new beginning, a new start, and I know a lot of you were discouraged in February, but that's okay. Like, it's a new month. We're going to pick up where we left off. And hopefully you were building so many relationships in February that March is going to be like your month. It's going to be like ready for you to get after. So speaking of March, this March month, we're going to be kind of our green month. Emerald month is the month of March. And so we're going to be promoting those people who get to Emerald. For anyone who gets to Emerald this month on the Beachbody Rockstar page, you will get a green monogram towel if you get to Emerald this month. If you're brand new Emerald, you'll get a green monogram towel if you're Emerald for the first time. If you're a guy and would rather have a $25 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, then we can do that. So anyway, that is, it's either a monogram towel or a gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods. So we're excited. This is going to be a big month. If you get to Emerald this month, you will get that. So next month is Super Saturday on April 8th and April 9th if you're in Dallas. We are having a really exciting thing called The Gathering, and it is a first time. We've never done this before, but we are doing all the rock stars can come together in Dallas and have just a great weekend of training and bonding and just learning a lot about our business. And so the plan is right now to do something fun as dinner together on Friday night. Saturday morning, we will do a workout and training on Saturday, some fun team building activities that afternoon. That night, you go to dinner with your team or whoever you want to on Saturday night. Sunday morning, we'll have workout as well, and then we will kind of be on your own, maybe some training, split up in your teams and do some training. And then at 1 o'clock, we will have Super Sunday in Dallas, and Joel Freeman is going to be there, and it's going to be a great event. So we're going to have t-shirts made. You're going to want to be there. If you're not there, you're going to feel very left out. So make it your way to Dallas. There's a photo on the Beachbody Rockstar page that has the link to register for the event, and we'll have the t-shirts ready soon so you can order those. So it's going to be fun. So I wanted to talk to you today about I'm in this hotel room, and it's like a monsoon of like the air conditioning is like blowing. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about some leadership lessons. Last month we talked about vision, and you have to have a vision to know where you're going. We talked a little bit about who you are, and if you know who you are, then you're able to attract people more like you. And so that's very important to know who you are and what your vision, where you're going, and then to articulate that with those that follow you. Today we're going to talk, this month we're going to talk about two other parts of leadership, and that is to go first. Leaders go first, and then the second one is they develop others. So let's talk first about going first. You have gone first for those that follow you because you became the Beachbody coach. We can teach what we know, but you can only reproduce who you are. So you have to go first, right? And so you have to pick up a workout program. You have to have a transformation. You have to do these things first, because I always know, like, if I'm not doing it, I can't tell my team to do it, right? So if I'm doing my vital behaviors, then I'm teaching them by going first. we don't point the way, we pave the way. And I just feel like, we pave the way by our transformations, by using the Beachbody programs and having transformations, having stories, and articulating those stories. We also don't just point the way, we pave the way by hosting our own challenge group. And the third way that we don't just point the way, we pave the way, is by going to events. Okay? So we point the way, we don't just point the way, we pave the way by our transformations or our stories, hosting challenge groups and showing others that we can do that, and then by going to events. A lot of times, like last month, you may feel like last month was like, oh, it's okay, I sit this one out, I didn't hit Success Club, it's okay. The first time you decide to sit this one out may not be a big deal, but over time, your missed opportunities add up to have a cumulative effect. Let me say that one more time. The first time you decide to sit this one out may not be a big deal, but over time, your missed opportunity adds up to have a cumulative effect. So your missed Success Club points, your missed workouts, your, 1 month you decided not to host a challenge group, the 1 month you decided to not inviting, I'm like, well, it's not that big of a deal this month. But the problem is that when over time, when you do that, it has a lasting effect, a cumulative lasting effect. So I was thinking about that for my business. I've hit Success Club 84 months. Last month was crazy hard. I was hustling at the very last, trying to find people, following up with people who had said they wanted to get healthy and trying to help them. And it was really, really crazy. And, no one would have known if I didn't hit Success Club, but it's a standard that I set for myself because I expect my team members to hit Success Club. Why do I expect that of them? Well, I want to go first, right? And so if I go first, I expect them to do the same. And I do that because as a new coach, you open your business by hitting Success Club. That means your business is open, okay? Now, Success Club 5. Success Club 10 means you're growing your business. But Success Club 5 just means your doors are open, you are open for business. And a lot of people are like, well, if I hit Success Club 5, that means I'm growing my business. Not necessarily. And so that's why it's very important as a leader for you to go first and teach your team what to do. And that's why certain, leaders, when they grow fast, their team grows fast, right? Because they are setting the pace. The pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. And so the more Success Club points they have, the more growth they have. The more they add team builders, the more their team grows, right? And the more consistent workouts we have, the more results we have. So if we're consistent with our workouts and our nutrition, the better results we have, right? So, the more we tweak it, and, if we just do a little bit, we're not going to see the great effect that we usually do. So as a leader, we go first. And a lot of times we don't go first. And why is that? Well, I know for me, it could be fear. Like I didn't know how to lead. I was scared. I didn't sign up for this to be a leader. I just wanted to go to the parties. And here I was, I had people that needed me to lead them. And I was like, I don't know how to lead this. And so I had to learn, and I had to grow, and I had to overcome my fears of being a leader. And so I also had to overcome my fear of rejection. And maybe you guys are at that point, the fear of rejection. And it is so common. I know even 15-star diamond coaches that say, I have fear of rejection every time before I start messaging people. And they're 15-star diamonds, right? But it's just common. It's just a normal feeling. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And just sending that first email makes the biggest difference. And then what else helps the fear of rejection is when you see someone who says, because of you, I did this. Because of you, I did this. And then that rejection, you're like, it's totally worth that rejection, right? Doesn't mean it's not hard still to get that rejection, but it's totally worth it. And the other thing is your conviction helps you push past your fear. Your conviction of like, okay, I know we talked about vision. If you know where you're going, and then your conviction will help you overcome your fear, right? So I think that's super important. And then your courage will inspire others to do the same. And so I just want to encourage you guys just to focus on going first. You know, don't worry about where your team is. Don't worry about where other people are, but you need to spend this month going first. Like, you're going to get emerald this month and you're going to get diamond this month or whatever. You're going to go first. You're going to do it, because if you don't do it, you can't ask your team to do it. You have to do it first. Okay. So, I know that, like, my results with PIO, like, I know that, you know, my results from PIO inspired other people to get results from PIO. And, you know, I also know that because I don't have my, you know, I let my health go a little bit, that's not inspiring others. So no wonder I'm having a harder time hitting Success Club. Does that make sense? I don't have to be like a rock star. You don't have to have that PIO body all the time. But if I am, you know, if I'm not on point with my, you know, and taking my nutrition and workout seriously, then I'm not going to inspire others to follow me. Okay. So the second part is to develop others. And, you know, you have the opportunity to reproduce what's been invested in you. Let me say that again. You have the opportunity to reproduce what has been invested in you. The Beachbody Rockstars have invested in you. Someone invested in you by asking you to join our team. Just the mere inviting you, someone has invested in you. And as the Beachbody Rockstar Advisory Board, we try to invest in you by providing training and providing you support to help you be more successful. Okay. And so we do that. And I just feel like I've noticed recently some leaders that do so well in this business, they have an attitude of gratitude. And do you have an attitude of gratitude for the person that invited you to this business? Are you so grateful? If so, I think when you have that attitude of gratitude, then you are more willing to share with others and invest in others. And because you've been invested in, it's time to start giving back. You can't just sit back and take it all in, take it all in, take it all in. We have amazing training. You can train yourself to death. And I see a lot of people that do that. They are like, and go from this training to this training to this training, and they never do anything. They never decide, you know what, I'm going to invest in others. I'm going to develop others because I've been invested in. Okay, does that make sense? So it's super important to develop others and to give back what you've been given. Are you scared to lead? That's okay. Like I said before, I was scared to lead too. But it just, once you start investing in others, it will make it easier. And leadership development is a lifestyle. You're not going to all of a sudden be like the leader that you're going to be 10 years from now. I am definitely not the leader that I started out with, right? Started being. I am totally different. I'm constantly getting better and improving and trying to get better and tweaking. And it's a lifestyle, you know, you only get better and better. And so I love this quote. It says, we don't celebrate the gift in us. We celebrate the reproduction of the gift in others. So, you know, if we just were just so excited about the gift we've been given this gift and we just hold it on and whatever, then it's not that exciting. It's way more fun to give this gift and see that gift bless other people. I love it when I see people paying off debt and able to pay their mortgage and, you know, able to pay for their kids' ballet lessons or whatever. Like, that has been so inspiring when I've watched that happen in Beachbody Rockstars. And so we want to celebrate the reproduction of the gift in others. And we do that by recognition. You can do that in recognition in your challenge groups, with your coaches, with, you know, your friends that you see that are doing good. That's how you that's so important in developing others. And that's why the recognition is one of the vital behaviors. So maybe you're like, I don't have people yet to talk to. I don't know, you know, what, you know, who to talk to or whatever. Well, it's okay if you don't have people yet. So first there's three things you want to do. You want to identify people, then you want to invite people, and then you want to invest in people. So first, let's talk about identify. When you identify people that you want to be in your group, you can do that by a couple ways. One is the Memory Jogger is a great way to identify people. You go in the Coach Online office, there is a PDF called the Memory Jogger. And spend like, 3 minutes, time yourself, 3 to 5 minutes, and time yourself and try to write down as many people from the Memory Jogger as you can come up with. You'll be amazed at how many people you forgot about. Then from that list, and you keep adding a list, then I'm posting something on in the file section. It's in the file section of the Beachbody Rockstars. It's called the Diamond Diagram. And in that has like all these different like holes, like their little spots. And what I want you to do is identify who you want to be in those spots. So those spots represent you being a diamond. And you go in there and write down who you would like to be on your team. Now, don't prejudge people. Like, this is just the thing, like, hey, if in a perfect world, this is who I'd want to work with. Because guess what? You get to pick who you work with in the Beachbody Rockstars, which is so cool. You don't have to work with people you don't like. So you can identify people that you would like to be on your team, that you think would be great, that are connectors, that are amazing, that are your challengers maybe, that you want it to be on your team. So then you start identifying those people that you want to be coaches and challengers. Then in your challenge groups, you start to identify those people and see who you would like to join your team. And then another way to identify is to be intentional when you're out and about, like, so turning off your phone when you're out and about, and be alert to life, and meeting people and investing in others, and going to, activities, and starting relationships with people, and being intentional in who you meet. And that's how you identify who you're going to have on your team. And then secondly, we invite those people to our team or to our challenge groups. So we do that in our challenge groups. You invite them, the 5-step script, you can use that. You invite them. Once they're in your group, then you start teaching them, right? After you invited them. You invite them to the biz op. Sorry, let's go back to invite. We're going to invite them to the biz op. We're going to invite them to our challenge groups, okay? So they can't, once you identify who they are, then you're going to invite them. And then the third step is to invest in them. So one way to invest in them is to, if they're in your challenge group, to do I do, we do, you do. So I do the post. Then you say, hey, I think you'd be a really good challenger. So as you're inviting them to be a coach, you say, hey, I'm doing these posts. Will you help me? We're going to both post in the group. And then once they start posting in the group, they see that, hey, I think you could lead your own challenge group. You're doing such a great job here. And they do. So I do, we do, you do, okay? And then you just start inviting them in that process. The investment part is the I do, we do, you do. Why? Because you are investing in them. You're teaching them how to do it. You're teaching them how to be a coach. You're investing in them if they're in your challenge group. First off, just by giving them the tools that you have and teaching them what you've learned. That's how you invest in people. You want to get to know these people personally. You want to get to know them so that they know you too. And you want to get to know them, what their fears are, what their why is, what their big goals are. Because the more you know them, the more you are excited about investing in those people, right? I mean, it's like your friend. You want your friend to do well. So you're going to invest in that person, and you're excited when you get to invest in that person because you see their future. And sometimes they can't see their future, but you can. So I believe that developing others is a critical responsibility and a beautiful privilege. And that's one of the key parts of this business. And you can do that through one-on-one. You can do that through, just investing in people. And here's the deal. The people that you bring on, they are a volunteer army. Doesn't mean that they're going to necessarily stay forever. They may give up on their dreams of being a Beachbody coach and letting that give them amazing opportunities. And that's okay. The people that got me to Diamond aren't necessarily still coaches today. And that's okay. They had a different path. They wanted to do something different, and that's okay. So I want to make sure that you do invest in people, but also know that they are a volunteer army. They are people that, they are choosing to be a part of this business, and they can choose not to be a part of this business. So you want to invest in them, but you also want to always be growing and building. You know, I'm always growing and building my business. I didn't get to elite and just be like, okay, I'm done. No, I'm always constantly adding people to my team. And I'm also constantly adding people to my challenge groups. And the reason I do that is because I love it. It makes it so much more fun. And I just don't know. I just am always, they make it fun. You know, they make it fun to invest in people and see them grow. It's awesome. And sometimes the people I invested in last year maybe decided they didn't want to do it this year. So I have to always continue to grow and build. And it's so fun to watch that happen. So that reason I say that too is you don't want your success to be built, you know, dependent on just certain coaches. Like you're like, oh, you know, I'm going to invest in just this one person and that's it. No, you need to invest in a lot of people because you don't know what will happen. So those are a couple of leadership lessons that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope it helps. And I'm excited about being back next week. And I think Danielle Patterson's going to share some great tips for us next week. And I'm very, very excited about it. Have a great day, guys.